Okay, that's potentially a bit better. It'd be helpful if I manage the sound devices correctly, wouldn't it? Hello. I'm going to go for a quick jaunt around Chernobyl. Trim this out a little bit better. Get around to get around zero. Nice climb. Better. We'll have a nice flight through Kiev and then on towards Pripyat and Chernobyl.
BR1 Bravo Romeo 1 continue for north departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Much better.
BR1 Bravo Romeo 1 acknowledge last transmission. BR1 Bravo Romeo 1, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Do a quick restart.
BR1 Bravo Romeo 1, did you hear my last transmission?
There we go.
BR1 Bravo Romeo 1, did you hear my last transmission?
Can I even follow myself? Nope.
BR1 Bravo Romeo 1, ATC services terminated.
I sworn that because it's causing more problems than it actually solves. There we go. Like us, don't we? Thanks for Bruni. How's it going, mate? Oh, I'm just testing flight plans for our group flights. with some like mega huge add-on scenery. But one of them includes a guide actually fully modelled the Vladimir Ilyich Lenin nuclear power station, and in game it's like the auto generation is. Sorry, mate. Can you hear me now, mate? Is that any better? Stand by. Anything to do with that? There's only this microphone that's plugged in, this large one in front of me. Any better? No? Yes? I'll have to, like, I've changed. I've literally, I haven't changed anything. I don't, without listening to myself on Twitch. Stand by. I'll give you. I'll just mute. I'll mute that source and then have a check. Let's have a listen. Oh yeah, I see what you mean actually, that's terrible, isn't it? It's always something, man. There's always something going on. Is that any better? That might be a bit better. That's better. Right, yeah, I turns out what I'd done is I selected the wrong audio device. It was actually capturing from my webcam and not my microphone. So I'll give that a quick refresh and check that out before I turn the sound back on, so I'm not talking to myself twice. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, there we go, mate. Sorry about that. Yeah, the problem with that machine is every single time I restart the machine, it keeps none of the USB settings for no apparent reason. Doesn't tell me why. .747 down there on a. Oh, that's not long enough for one. Is it? Not entirely sure. I think you need to download Flight Sim, Spiruni. Come fly with us. Do you know what? I'm going to descend 100 feet. Oh man, like the biggest, when we moved into this house, one of the main factors for me agreeing to it was it had to be capable of either full speed broadband or it had to have fibre to the property. And I was promised that fibre to the property was coming because the two people who live next door both work for the UK's main telecoms infrastructure company, and they told me it was. So I was like, okay, I can live with it. If it's another year or so before it gets installed, then fine. And it has actually been installed to our road now, but because of the COVID thing, they can't hook it up until, well, who knows when. I'm just going to get that a little bit further out of the way now, because I don't need it that close to my face. I can, however, increase the sound slightly. Yeah. It's I don't understand why it needs to be so bad. Like, broadband internet was created because they didn't want to have to relay all their infrastructure, so it had to whatever they came up with had to work on the original copper and aluminium telephone lines that were either on overhead cables or under the ground. And I've since found out that the run that goes from our house out the front to the fibre cabinet, that run is made of aluminium wires because British Telecom wanted to save money in the 70s. So they used aluminium and it doesn't last, and it's all started breaking down and I have problems. Which are a pain in the arse. Once I get to Chernobyl, I'm going to fly around and I'm going to land in Pripyat, in the town. I've got a problem with this computer at the moment as well, like the random USB issues. And now my web browser isn't correctly downloading and playing the Twitch broadcast, so in my Twitch studio it's like constantly buffering, and it shouldn't be because there's nothing wrong with the internet connection. Yeah, that's it, Rooney. It's like I've over the last sort of 10 years I've been quite lucky. Like the two of the houses I lived at probably about 10 years ago actually, one was literally about 30 feet away from the main telephone exchange for the Isle of Man. So like I always had the fastest speed you could get. Like more often than not it was higher than they advertised because I was just so close. And that was the same with the second property because it was about 400 meters up the road maybe. And then the third one, the fibre cabinet, I know what you mean. The fibre cabinet was about 20 feet away from my home, so I had 20 foot of copper, maybe 30 foot of copper between me and the box, and that was the limiting factor. And I used to get, I think on an 80-20 plan, I used to get something like 90, so I was fine with that. Here where I am now, I get the limit of what the copper can do, which is 80-20, and it normally works out to be about 75-19. And I'm waiting for the fibre to be in properly. I did have two, but I'm not using them the same way as I was. Plus the company I was with won't make it 2080, even though they have the ability to do that. They just, I don't know, company policy or whatever. So let's have a look around. Like, I've flown this before, but the autogen scenery in this area is like, so I thought I'll try a few months later. Hi, music. You still need to get this music. I think it'd be absolutely hilarious to watch you learn to fly. And completely streamable as well. You need to do that. Get a joystick. Get a cheap joystick. And then get flight sim. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I'd love to be able to give away a copy of it, but I really can't afford it at the moment. Like my... can you send nudes? Well, you can send nudes, but I mean... I won't be able to get you the game. I'm going to... I'm actually going to stream... I think tomorrow. I'm waiting for an adapter to arrive for my Canon DSLR camera so I can power it off a plug socket instead of the battery. And I'm going to build a bunch of flight simulated hardware. Yeah, I mean, if you get you can get it on Game Pass. The standard edition's available on Game Pass. So if you can afford £1 and you haven't had Game Pass before, you can have it for at least a month and fly with it and mess around, and then cancel the subscription afterwards. I don't know, I think it's like, actually the PC version's like £7 or £8 a month. But it's got a bunch of cool games on it. All the Battlefield stuff, all the Fallout games, all the Doom games. I just got it the other day because I wanted to play a few. I wanted to play Fallout 76 without the commitment of having to buy it because apparently it was dreadful. But in the little time that in the time that's been out, they've improved it somewhat. But I've yet to see for myself, and I want to play Doom Eternal and just a couple of other little things I'd like to play as well. Oh yeah, music. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, it is like with all the downloads I've got. Shall I have a quick look actually? With all the downloads I've got, so the base game is 158 gigabytes, and then if I go to the, let's have a look. Just at the download, I can't remember which folder it's in. It's in this one. So the add-on folder alone, just with all the little mods and everything else I've added, is 45 gigabytes as well. So 200 gigabytes with all the mods I've got. And the one I put in just for Kiev City, which I've just taken off from, is 1 gigabyte. And the Chernobyl mod is something like 500 meg. But the aircraft these aircraft are 200 or 300 megabytes each. And then the livery, the paint job is even more on top of that. So it does, like you do, if you want to get the most out of this game, you really have to, well, you have to have it on an SSD anyway, or it'll take 3 days just to load. But it's a wonderful game. I love flying around it. Yeah, the new Siege update out today, isn't it? Actually, that's a good point. I'm going to oh yeah, I think my Ethernet's pretty much my network connection's pretty much maxed out at the moment. Because it's mostly because Rainbow Six Siege is actually downloading right now. It's 32 gigabyte update. And I wish it wouldn't do it automatically like that, but it is what it is. So the new season starts today, isn't it? With Flores. And that's why my I'm dropping a few frames because like the it's oh, match replays. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having a look at that actually. That should be quite interesting. I wish that was around when I did that. I had that ace the other day. When I was playing with Musa, I got a really nice Ella ace. I don't know how, because the other team were a bunch of sponges, and yeah, hopefully. That's the first ace I've had in a while actually. I just sat myself in places where they didn't look, and then they overswung angles and stuff, and I got them good. I really would like to do a bit of ranked as well. So me and Musa had a couple of ranked games last night, and I want to play ranked with people who are competent. So like I play with you and Musa. I don't want to play like, not that I don't enjoy playing with them. I just don't want to play ranked with like with Hedge and the others, because it's just like otherwise I'll be a hard stuck silver forever, and I'm not like after my first ranking I was, I think, gold 2, so I know. Yeah, like, well, actually bronze would be quite funny to play in, But yeah, I just don't like. I'm forever like we're losing rounds because of like stupidity. Not quite stupidity, just like, just an inability to play the game. So I don't want to go down that. I don't want to sit there forever. Like people who hold angles for 2 minutes. It's like you need to get in and get involved. Also, if anybody's watching, everybody should download the Dastardly and Muttley skin for the NXCUBs. Oh, I need to put on that. I want to test something. Like, can I test something on stream while you guys are on? I want to test to see whether the notification works. If I do a test, like a test follow or test, because the computer that's running off is the computer that I'm running it off doesn't have any speakers or headset attached to it, so I don't know if the if it's working. So if I click this, it should give you a sound. If I do a test, like a test follow or test. The computer that's running off is the computer that I'm running it off doesn't have any speakers or headset attached to it. So I'm listening to myself talk now. It's weird. It's working. So if I click this, no sound. Okay. Wonderful. I'll have to check that out. I've put a custom sound into it, so it should be this.
Pull up! Pull up!
I don't know whether you heard that. Yeah, it's not even so much a plan. It's, I mean, yeah, we need a plan as well, but not there's a lot of I don't know how to, yeah, like they one or two of them just they sit outside for so long, and then I'm frequently saying to myself, or saying down the mic, you got 30 seconds left, and there's no push, there's no movement. It's like just a giving up at that point. It's like holding an angle for 2 minutes at a window isn't going to get you anywhere. You hold it for 10-15 seconds, maybe a little longer, but if anything happens after that, just push on. Especially when you give concise information and they're not following it. It just frustrates me a little bit. Okie dokie. Let's see roughly where I am. Okay. Not getting too far. Not too far away from Pripyat and the like now. There's a little airstrip down here somewhere. That should be quite interesting. I don't know whether it's my imagination, but it does look a little nicer than it. The new containment structure, yeah, it should be. I've downloaded there's a guy on FlightSim.to who's made like the new 3D models for the power plant and stuff. So I put it in. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that it works correctly, because I'd like to I wanna see it, but we're not quite close enough to see it yet. I'm hoping it is. Sir. There's the little. That is a tiny little airstrip, isn't it? Do you know what? I'm going to go and have a quick landing at that. Let's get the... Get to 80 knots and stick a notch of flaps in. Which continent is my favourite in scenery at the moment? Oh man, that's a difficult. I'm not sure. The UK tour that I did before this, like out of the entire coastline of Great Britain, I think that was one of the best sceneries I'd ever seen, but that was probably due to the world update. But there's so many really good spots. There's nowhere without any... Okay, I'm a bit fast for this. Oh, bounce. And easy peasy because NXCUB with a nose wheel. Let's get back up and I think tonight I'm actually gonna yeah. Need a 6-fingered emoji north. I'm gonna print out tonight. I'm gonna try after I've done this. I'm gonna fly around, do this a little bit. I might do a couple of missions in Neofly because it's just had an update and it looks a little better from when I first used it. I'm gonna finish off the design and do my autopilot panel, but I'm also going to start the design on my NXCUB panel with the switches, which is going to look just like it is on the screen here. And there's going to be a tablet in the middle for the MFD, which I have Lenovo E10 tab just for that specific purpose, which was gotten off eBay for cheap. And for my little backup HSI on the left, I have it's a little bigger, but I have a little 10-inch, little 8-inch monitor for that. That's going to be for that. I'm trying to think about that scenery question, man. Some of the best scenery in this game was in the Austrian Alps. Some of the other best scenery was I think Milford Harbour in New Zealand. That's amazing, but overall, like every country's got their own problems, right? Let's trim this out a bit. Every continent, sorry, and country's got like issues with the scenery. There's some amazing stuff in Norway and the fjords. There is where else is Idaho, Georgia, Oregon, like in the US. There's loads of stuff in the US that's really good. There's loads of stuff in Canada that's really good. There's loads of stuff in Alaska, that's really good. The Andes is good. I did the Andes. There's the what I think I did a group flight. I organised a group flight through the name escapes me now, but it's part of the Andes, and it was I think the third or fourth deepest canyon in the world. So like, you know, a good 1,000 meters or 1,000 feet deeper than the Grand Canyon. That leads up quite high, and that's pretty cool. Fuel imbalance, of course. I like the way that it tells me, the little bong. This is that screen is actually a mod of the original one that comes in this aircraft. That's a little bit more realistic, apparently. And the guys who developed it have now been hired by Asobo and Microsoft to do put all their work into the sim, because they've done such a better job of it than Asobo and Microsoft. The Andes is good. Yeah, and the fjords are good. There's a couple. There's some like really badly like the scenery data is obviously not that good. It can't deal with the super steep like canyons and ravines and stuff. So it really struggles with getting really nice textures on those. So there's loads of like little issues. There is all the mountain ranges you can think of are brilliant. So the Rockies are really good. Appalachian, however people prefer that to be pronounced, they're quite good. Andes really good. It gets kind of boring though after a while in the Andes, because it goes from rainforesty to desert as you go further down, and it becomes a little boring because it's just like, you know, sandy hills the entire way down. There is what else is there? There is all the Alps. All the Alps are really cool. We did a flight with a guy through the sort of all the ski resorts in the French Alps. We've done a flight through the Austrian Alps, which I think was the best one. Fiji should be. I've not done that. I've done a couple of volcanoes. But I've not done that one. That should be added to the list. There's Fuji. In Japan, that should be quite good because the first world update was Japan. Yeah. I've not actually seen it. Like we flew a little bit of Japan. But I want to do. This is like one of the ones I want to do. I'm sure I'm going to do this. But I want to do the nuclear tour. So what I'd like to do is put together a bunch of flights that have this. So they've got Chernobyl, Pripyat, Kiev, Duga 2, the radar. I can see it just in the distance now. Fukushima. I'd like to do that one in Japan, but I'd like to do Hiroshima and Nagasaki, because they've been modelled really well. That'd be really cool. And the atomic dome thing is in Hiroshima. 3 Mile Island would be cool, but I think it's kind of not really that well modelled in the game. I think I've flown past that. But also, I was looking yesterday at the nuclear testing site from the 50s and 60s in the Nevada desert, and that's pretty cool because that's actually modelled, the photogrammetry, all the craters from like Sedan crater, and there was something like 800 odd nuclear tests or something there. That's pretty cool. The desert landscape's all like pot marked and from all the craters from all the nuclear blasts. And all you need to do is take off from Homey Airport, which is Area 51, and fly around. Fly west, sort of southwestish, and you get to that massive desert space. Bikini Island would be cool, yeah. All the Marshall Islands and not Reunion. That's in a different sea entirely. And Eniwetok Atoll and Bikini and Rongelap. The other testing site as well. But there's quite a distance between those islands. Nothing that a cub could do. And you could do it like a CR CJ4 or something, but it's too fast to get a good look at the place, really. There might be an airfield. Excuse me. There might be an airfield on Bikini, actually. I'm not sure. I believe we're coming up to Pripyat now. Yeah. Am I, you can hear me, right, can't you? Yeah, you must be able to. Right, so I believe we are approaching Pripyat. In which case, I'm going to fly around and see what this add-on scenery is like, if it's installed correctly. I've had multiple times where I've installed it and it hasn't worked. There's the FPS tip that comes along with having flight sim. Okay, let's have a look outside. I'm hoping this looks really cool. But at least it's better than the stock scenery. Okay then. Okay. I am going a bit mad. This is supposed to be Pripyat, isn't it? No, I mean, well, yeah, I've never been there either. But unless I'm going just a little bit mad. Let's just have a quick fly around and check it out. Oh. Yep. Something to do with the flight planning or something. That's why it does that. Those FPS tips. Nothing actually that's stressful for the game to produce.
500.
It'll smooth out any second there. It's not a CPU bottleneck. It's there's a problem within the software that deals with flight planning and like the digital displays inside aircraft, and it'll smooth out any second now. It'll go back to the way it was, and it drops frames like this. It's been doing it since the last update. It'll just randomly just smooth out as if nothing happened. Like, I haven't got any massive scenery here, and I've got a stout computer, so. Yeah, it was introduced, like, it never used to do this, but ever since the last update, you get like random FPS issues running the game, and they come and go. I had this problem the other night when I was streaming on Friday with around the coast trip. It'd do it for like periods of like 3-4 minutes and then just go right back to the way it was. No, what GTA? I haven't played Grand Theft Auto for so long. Oh yeah, it took forever to get. It takes forever to do anything, even on SSD. Same with this game. I'm hoping this smooths out because this is really quite annoying. There's the containment dome, though. You can see the dome is correct. A modder fixed them. That's so irritating that a company like that won't spend some time on those little small quality of life improvements that just make the game so much nicer to deal with. Like, I love playing this game, but when I've got to deal with this kind of nonsense, it's just a bit irritating. Like, I don't understand why it's like the FPS is so terrible right now. Like, it never usually is. Right, so I'll tell you what, let's go into quickly. Let's go into dev mode and put the FPS display up, and actually see what's. Right, so display FPS. Oh, as soon as I do that, it smooths out again. Yeah, naturally. 25 frames a second right now, limited by the CPU. Yeah, so the biggest problem on this game was the fifth item down, called the one I've been having the problems with, called Coherent GT Draw, which is the panel. It's done by a company called Coherent GT. Is it going to get rid of FPS if I get rid of that? There we go. Right, so. But yeah, the moment I do that, it just fixes. Wonderful. Oh no. Well, I'm streaming it in 1080, 60 frames a second.
500.
Let's go nice and slow over here, I think. So this is where the custom 3D objects are involved, and the sim FPS isn't dropping at all. So I know it's not like my hardware issue. It's a sim issue. Well, that's pretty cool. This reactor, this 2 here, were under construction when Chernobyl went kablam, and they just they never finished it. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I'm going to go down here. Apparently there's a thing on the wall here. Yeah, the containment structure is something like 30,000 tons, isn't it? Oh, I like that. The mural on the wall, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You know what? I'll stick it down next to there, just to have a look. We're going over the Dugger 2 radar after this. Have a look over there, because the guy put in the big radar system as well. Oh, that's far better, isn't it? Far better than the autogen stuff. Yeah, I'm almost sure there was like 4. I want to say there was 4 reactors here in this one area, and they carried on operating after the main reactor at the end there went kablam. And they carried on operating them for years because they needed the electricity. And they ceased construction on that pair over there. Okay, it's not the most like highly detailed of models, but it's better than the standard scenery. We'll fly over to the Dugger 2 radar. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's not. It's extremely difficult to get a scale of how large stuff is. You know what? I'm more impressed by that than like the old rusty cranes and stuff. I think that looks more interesting than the actual. Right, let's have a wander over here and go and check out the Dugger 2 radar. It's actually real nice. It's better than I thought it would be. Like, especially because some dudes just basically created it for nothing. And added the radar as well. Which is I'll fly over to the radar, have a quick look at the radar, and then come back because I want to go and check out the partially constructed one as well. Excuse me. Now, from here, that looks fairly accurate, but I don't know whether it's like a custom 3D model. I deliberately didn't look. I wanted to be surprised by it. I kind of hope it is. Because it's like a really unique looking structure. Yeah, it's a massive. Oh well, when it was a massive over the horizon radar. Like drew an enormous amount of electrical power to operate it. But since they like there's been far improved technology since, like much better improved sort of radars since then. So they kind of shut it down, and it's not like they haven't still got a few of these probably littered about the place. But like the US and even the England, we've got one. There's one in the UK. There's one at RAF base in Cyprus called RAF Akrotiri. They've got a massive over the horizon radar there, and they don't look anything like this anymore. Oh, look at that! That looks fantastic. It's got these like it's like a massive like lattice work of metal with these kind of cone-shaped baskets on them, like diamond like shaped baskets on them.
500.
And oh, that's actually, I mean, wow, he's actually modelled it pretty damn well. Look at that. That's cool. Yeah, that's actually really nicely modelled. I mean, for a sim where you're hardly ever going to see it, that's pretty cool. Let's have I'll spin round and re-land. I'll land out of this, see if we can get some sort of sense of scale from it. Yeah, I mean, for it's not like most people are not going to fly this close to it. You're going to fly above it, so it doesn't need to be like incredibly detailed. But I'm so happy that it is incredibly detailed. Come on, get landed in. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it's got a weird, like, super low poly, texture-y type see-through structure thing going on. But from a distance, that looks fantastic. Alright, probably shouldn't have come as close to that. Ruined my own immersion here. Hopefully I can take out and above the trees. I'll fly straight towards it as well, see what it looks like from the front, and then I'm going to quickly fly back to power plant, and then that's pretty damn cool though. Yeah, see you later, Baboony. Go back and check out the recess. No chance. Not for at least a couple of weeks. It's going to take me that long. My sleeping pattern has been completely ruined by that. Oh man, no. I was actually going to stream again on Saturday night. I managed to get a few hours sleep, and because we were doing a group flight, and I literally loaded everything up, and I was just sort of, my head was doing that, and I was like, you know what, I can't. So I just didn't. I'm glad I did it. It was a lot of fun. But I'll stick to the shorter flights for now, for a couple of weeks. I'm just doing See, I'm still tired. I'm just checking out, like, there's some freeware scenery on flightsim.to for Chernobyl and surrounding area, the Kiev landmarks and stuff. And some guy was nice enough to do a flight plan for it, so I'm just hovering around and checking it out. Oh yeah, Recess, there's one on Friday. I posted it up yesterday. Flying through Scotland, just checking out some of the terrain I saw on the 19-hour stream. Starting from Oban Airport, but flying northeast up through the middle of Scotland and Loch Ness. rather than going around the coast again. Because that flight on Friday wasn't strictly a group flight. I mean, people joined me anyway, but more we should have a group. There was a good group on Saturday flying. I really should have stuck it through and streamed that, because that would have been quite good. But I'm just checking. I was going to check out the there's a Neofly mod for, like, you know, it's like adds kind of a single player career element to it for bush flying. And I've played with it a couple of times, but they've done a new update and it kind of made me want to play it again. So I might do 1 or 2 missions after this flight. Oh, excuse me. There's the unfinished power plant. I don't know whether they did finish it or not. I don't think they did.
500.
Someone wants to correct me. And then there's the one that went kablam, kaboom. There's like a couple of like weird murals on the walls and stuff. Is really quite. Tell you what, I'll swing around and land. Get a couple of screenshots. Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, and it's not in game. It's not like standard in game. It's this is done like it's a third party mod. So the guys put like the mural on the side of the building there, and that's actually landed nice. Try not to crash into the new sarcophagus. Easy peasy. Yeah, there's so much really nice free stuff. Like if you're gonna download any kind of mods, I'd immediately start using a mod manager for it. Excuse me, because the task of keeping them all updated and like the more mods you add to the game, the longer the loading time is right when a game start. Like when you initially boot the game. I'll tell you what. Let's park and brake on and get the drone cam out for some. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I know a few people who've had that problem. There's a guy on our Discord who spent, what, $5,000 on a PC and all the stuff to go with it, 3090, 5950X, I think, or 5900X. And bought honeycomb, all the honeycomb yoke and throttle and stuff. Spent a lot of money. And then the game just kept crashing. He couldn't even play it. And I don't know where he's got with that. I really hope he's managed to sort it out. Right, let's change to 30%. And we'll have a slink around the actual reactor building, see what it looks like. Should we go inside, see if he's modelled anything inside sneakily? I don't think he will have, but... Oh, look at that! Nice. I didn't think that was going to be a thing, but... That's pretty damn cool. Oh. Another copyright notice on top of the Chernobyl reactor. That's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting there to be anything in there. I was actually expecting it to be a hollow structure. I'm glad he's done that. That's pretty cool. Like the old sarcophagus in there. Pretty epic. Should we go one step further? See if he's modelled anything in the building. Ah, that's a shame. It would have been even cooler if he'd done like a reactor inside. Oh, it's gonna have a quick drone cam over here. Oh my god, it's an inanimate carbon rod. I actually watched that episode of The Simpsons like 2 days ago. Seeing as it's on Disney Plus and the missus wanted to get Disney Plus for, you know, Disney reasons, I said, well, I'm going to use it to basically binge The Simpsons for the next 2 months. Actually, it's not. It's quite good. We watch it together. Oh wow, my immersion. Oh no, how dreadful. The building's floating. Clone Wars. Yeah, that's like I did the I've done like I think up to the end of season 3 of The Expanse, and to be honest, I didn't like. It's okay. Like mostly my favourite thing about The Expanse is the like the ship fighting scenes, because it seems like more realistic. It's not just laser guns, and you know having that you know, like the point defense weapons we've got, the point defense cannons, so like the miniguns, like the phalanx and goalkeeper gun systems from like naval ships, looks really cool, and like firing like 20 of them in space just looks really smart. And I like the way they've sort of dealt with the physics of spaceflight. But other than that, it's like I kind of stopped watching it at the end of the 3rd season, and I don't really want to. Like, there's not enough in it for me to grab me, and I'm a huge sci-fi fan as well, and there's not enough in it to make me want to continue watching it immediately. Yeah, my missus is like sharing, not sharing an account. Like they paid for her and a friend have paid for a family account. Like between them, it's cheaper than buying 2 separate accounts. So. And all I've watched on Disney Plus is The Simpsons. You gotta tell me, is American Dad on there as well? Because I binge watched that as well. Because I like American Dad. Like I've done all of Rick and Morty on Netflix. And I didn't. When that first came out, I didn't honestly think I'd enjoy it. I saw the memes and stuff for ages, and I was like, ugh. I didn't want to watch it. But as soon as I did watch it, I was like, all right, okay, yeah, I see where it's coming from. This is great. I'll continue this leg. 27 miles. Not much of a bush trip, but it's very cool with the extra scenery. But that's all you would go there for, like is Chernobyl. Maybe other stuff like the vehicle graveyard, but I don't think it exists in real life anymore. Like I'm not. I'd love to go there in real life though. I'm going to, I've sorted out another, yeah, I might try Neofly later on, time is it? Have a quick. I'm just going to check if my my Amazon order. Oh.
Pull up. Pull up.
Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. But right then. That's not in the sim. Yeah, same here. So I've got it set as like the notification when like someone follows or someone any of those alert notifications, and it's set on Streamlabs, but it doesn't actually play. Jazz, Ukraine. Well, actually, maybe we're still technically in Ukraine. Just trying to visit the Vladimir Ilyich Lenin nuclear power plant, the one that went kaboom in the 1980s. And we just had a look at that. It's okay. It's like a freeware software add-on, because it's not really modelled that well in game. But the guys did a really good job of putting the Dugger 2 radar in there as well. And I'm just finishing up this flight, and then I was going to try. Yeah, the radar array is really cool, isn't it? I'm going to try a mission on Neofly, and it's just had an update. I just want to try it out. I want to see whether it's worth it. I'm really hoping they add like multiplayer functionality to it, because then we could create a company and have like the Bush Rats cargo or whatever. And North Coast already created created deliveries for us for that. But I want to do. I'd really like to do. It's like, so the name is Baptiste. So if you take the Baptiste name off Twitch, #6196. I'll type it in chat. Let me just. There it is. So I'm not actually familiar with that, like this other area. I know I'm just passing into Belarus, maybe. My geography of this area, Belarus, yeah. And then talk about it. Like countries seem to do this. They get their nuclear power plants and immediately put them at the border to the next neighbouring country, so it doesn't affect as much of theirs if it does go boom. And then crossing over Belarus and then back into Ukraine. Land it, and I'm going to do a mission on. Yeah, no problem, Jess. Yeah, it is a resource like. That happens quite a lot. If you look at like the nuclear power plants around the UK, they're all around the coast for the most part, like Dounreay. Sellafield, Heysham, the one begins with T. There's Drax power stations. I think that one's shut down now, but that's literally all on the coast. So if it goes pop, it's like it's mostly the seas problem, and a lot of countries do that as well. Like there's like a little, I can't remember whether it's like France or Belgium. There's one, and there's like a little area of land that extends into like the neighbouring country. And the border just, like, sort of... But the nuclear reactor's right at the top of this, so if it was to go boom, it would mostly affect, like, Belgium or one of those countries other than France. And they do it with that. Like, so there's the border to Belarus on that line there, and they smack the nuclear power plant right at where nobody could possibly live. Or nobody does live, really. So, it doesn't affect too much of Ukraine. It affects Belarus. Well, it was all sort of USSR back then, so that really makes too much of a difference. But that's kind of a thing. Okay, so Pripyat wasn't all that in this scenery. I don't know. I haven't checked. I'll go and check and do it again, and if someone's done a really nice Pripyat model or scenery, because I find that whole thing fascinating. It's a wonderful landscape, isn't it? And I'm not sure what POI 18 is. It's linked. Tell you what, I have to grab Google Maps up, I think. And zoom right in and see what that actually is. Let's see, Belarus, Ukraine. Oh, it's a city in northern Ukraine, purposely built for the evacuated personnel of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant after the 1986 disaster. That's cool. So the city we're going to, or the city we're heading towards right now, is yeah, is the oh, was it? Wait, what? Am I going mad? Yeah, the city we're heading to was built for the evacuated personnel. That's pretty cool. I just don't know that. I'm liking the G3X mod working title. It is a little nice. It's got like exhaust gas temperature, Logitech flight stick. Which one, Reese's? I've got the Cytec X52, which was bought by Logitech, but this one was still branded Cytec. And Logitech uses the same name for X52. I've got a set of Logitech pedals, which is, again, originally they were the Cytec pedals. Extreme 3D. You mean this one right here? So it's a bit dirty because it's been sat on a shelf, but yeah, I've literally had this joystick for about, oh man, I couldn't even tell you, 12, 13 years. And if I plugged it in now, it'd work straight away. It's like, for a cheap joystick, it's fantastic. That being said, for that, like, that's a really good joystick, but for that kind of price, you can get one of those cheap Chinese HOTAS setups. And like, okay, I think about 50 UK pound, 50 UK money units. You might that's a brilliant joystick. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Those are really good joysticks, but 40 quid is a bit expensive for me. Like, I think that was originally, pardon me, about 13, 14 pound. I know there's inflation over 10 years, but 40 quid is a bit. It's a cracking joystick. They've got no, like, it's real nice. It feels really solid. Like, even now, this feels like without the stuff wrapped around it. It's a really, really good joystick, and the twist function's really nice, and like, it's not like rattly or anything. It's completely solid joystick, nice and heavy. And if I don't know whether you're going to be able to see it. I'm going to have to disconnect it, which is no big deal. But compared to the X52, so they're together. I don't know whether you can see them. So the X52 is kind of Oh, it's a fair bit bigger. I've wrapped a hockey stick grip tape around it to make it more comfortable. But it's a decent size. Oh, no. HOTASs have sold out everywhere, man. It's such a nightmare, isn't it? Like, I was lucky. Like, the best part, if you look at second-hand X52s and stuff, they're like, people are wanting, like, the same as a brand new, like 130 quid, 140 pound. If you go on eBay, they're sort of anywhere between sort of 80 and 200 pound. I got that from CEX a year and a half ago for, I think, 48 quid. So I'm lucky that I got that. This is second hand and it's still great. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that was the second hand market, but because the lockdown happened, everyone had so much extra free time. They immediately went into like DCS. Flight Sim came out in August, didn't it? So the amount of people buying stuff like that just shot up, and so the second hand market went up as well with it. And then because of the COVID, the amount of production went down, and so it created a bigger demand for less units. But yeah, get one of the cheap ones. They're really good. It's got the nice rudder. It's a really solid joystick. And then wait until the market gets less crazy, and buy a real nice HOTAS. Get an X56. That's the one I would recommend. I would love the Warthog. I've actually seen them for not an unreasonable price for sale on eBay for, I think, £400 for the whole setup, the throttles, and that's worth that. But if I was spending money like that, I would buy the Virpil. I'd buy Virpil or VKB Gladiator. Yeah, Rhesus, me and my missus were going to do the same thing. But we'd actually had wanted a dog since we'd moved here. The whole point of us, the reason we hadn't gotten a dog is because each of us lived. We both didn't live together, and we lived both in places where you couldn't have a dog. Like she lived on basically in hospital accommodation, being a doctor, and she got it for free, you know, which was nice. And I had my own flat, and I couldn't have pets. And we've got a house now, so and we can. I do need to replace the batteries. I'm gonna land it. I'm gonna jump out. I'm gonna go to my chosen airfield in Neofly. I'm gonna bring up the Neofly map instead of little nav map. I'm gonna do a random mission and just sort of get the lay of the land. Like I've only had a couple of goes at it. Yeah, a lot of those are like the most annoying thing for me is the GPUs at the moment, like because of the way cryptocurrency went. It made it like it's impossible to get a GPU. Oh yeah, Rhesus, my mother did the same thing with she got 2 dogs from a Romanian, they were Romanian rescue dogs, and they were both absolutely fantastic dogs. Unfortunately, one of them died a year ago, and my mum had only had them for a couple of years. He ended up having a tumour or something, and it pretty much went blind. He was such a sweet little dog. And but the other one is the scruffiest little mutt you've ever seen in your life, but super friendly, loves being petted. It's a fantastic little dog. And we've got a dog that lives next door to us. He's a Japanese Spitz, and he is the friendliest dog you've ever met in your life as well. Super fluffy, leaves fur everywhere, runs into the house. If I leave the back door open, if it's nice out, he'll just run straight round the back and straight into our house and start sniffing around and trying to find the magical snack boxes that is the garbage bins.
500.
Bitcoin's gone over 50k, hasn't it? Do you know what? It's one of those wonderful hindsight things. About 6 years ago, I had the opportunity to like I think get something like, I don't know, 30 or 40 Bitcoin. And if I'd have taken them now, oh man. Like, I probably would have already sold them by now. That's the thing. I wouldn't have waited to this point. I might have sold them at the last, when they went highest the last time. But 40 grand is just insane, isn't it? Like, I should have got on that mining train a couple of years back. I should have done it. Same with Ethereum, because I never thought that would go anywhere either. It is what it is. Yeah, I would have sold at that peak as well, man. That still would have been... That would have been enough to buy me a house. And now, it would have been able to buy me... If I told them now, it would have been able to buy me a bigger house and a couple of nice cars as well. Like, a 1 Bitcoin could buy you a nice car now. Like a real nice car. The wind is... Hindsight is yeah, I have perfect hindsight. Right. I'm waiting on an Amazon delivery for a new webcam. I bought another one, mainly not because I don't like this one. This one's fine, and it's doing the job just fine. I've bought one so I could do a top-down view if I'm building, like, I planned on 3D printing a bunch of stuff and building a couple of items, and I was planning on streaming that. Oh, come on, down, too fast. I'm going to float long. Oh, that was a... How am I going to... Yeah, easy peasy. Look at that. Yeah, Reese's same here, man. I love that. That would be half a Bitcoin would pay for a lot of really nice stuff. Like it even like I think I even might be able to buy a 3090 if I had half a Bitcoin, but I'm not sure. The prices for those have gone up quite a bit. CCL computers. One of them's advertised for £13,000 for a 3090. It's obviously it's got to be a joke. Let me shut the plane down, damn it. There we go. Unfortunately, it doesn't log that flight because I had it in dev mode, but let's exit dev mode, and then we'll go back out. Main menu. I'm going to just switch the cam to Neofly. There we go. We'll do distance 213 miles for 19 grand. That's not bad. I'll tell you what I will do though. I'll do shall I do that mission? Yeah, they're all that stuff. I really want to Jazz has added. Sweet, there you go. I'll tell you, let's search for the missions again. We'll do a slightly different one. Oh, nice. My package was delivered. That's good time. Yeah, so, Rhesus, what happens is you get... hang on a second. You get... Like, it's like a separate app that tracks... It uses the... hello, my friend. It's Mr. Holland, sorry, my apologies. I'm just trying out Neofly again. I just did a flight through Chernobyl. I'm just going to edit. I'll just edit that, and then I'm just picking a. Let's do. I'm just searching. I'm just going to do some cargo missions. It's like a single-player career add-on for Microsoft Flight Sim. So you start a company, and then it gives you, like, you start with a full tank of fuel. So I need departure airport to be full S1, which is Gold Beach. Flown from there many times. Let's have 7:30 be fine. And you can do. So the software has its missions on it, and it tracks your progress through the flight. So it knows how hard you land. It knows if you overbank. Like there's certain, but there's certain other conditions that you have to fulfill. So you might have to take 200 kilos of cargo to one place, but you've got to land less than 200 feet per minute when you land. It's like sensitive cargo, or you've got to take a medic to the middle of the woods. And just you've got to find a place within 2 nautical miles to land to drop this person off, and then you get rewarded. You get paid based on your performance, and then from that you have to buy fuel, you have to pay for aircraft maintenance, and you can buy and upgrade your fleet. The biggest thing I am looking forward to is I really want there to be a multiplayer functionality in this, and I know a guy has, so you can centralize the mission database. So you can all do the same missions, but there's no way of like setting up a guild or a company and like having people work for the company, and then the company itself can buy aircraft and add aircraft to their fleet, and then you can set up bases. And I want to just adjust that. There we go. So let's should we do? Cargo, ICAO, yes. Okay, let's do that one. Okay, for whatever reason, it's selected me to fly a Cessna, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to exit out of Neofly briefly. So stand by. I'm going to start. I'm going to start a new one.
Kilo Bravo Oscar, Kilo traffic air flight 19er, 843 miles, southeast inbound, visual runway 30.
Oh. There we go. So we'll start with that one. And hopefully... Oh yeah, no, that's that should be good, because that means you guys are only 4 hours behind now instead of 5. So that closes in the gap a little. It's going to change for us shortly anyway. So our daylight savings changes slightly as well. Like I've got to because for whatever reason I closed. Right, there we go. Okay. That should be back to normal. Right, let's just pick a cargo mission. Hold on, I'm not sure. I'm going to just see. I'm going to fly a couple of missions in Neofly. I'm just going to run upstairs and just have just a 2-minute break. I'm just going to go grab another drink and grab my Amazon package. Request none. Goods weight, mission weights, fuel 150. What? Cargo FP. Current payload due 385. So I need to increase the payload to a little bit more.
Kilo Bravo Oscar, Kilo traffic air flight 19er, 841 miles southeast, inbound, visual runway 30.
There we go. I need 385 kilos of cargo, 385 pounds, but it's in kilos here, so I've just got to move it around until I get close to it. Yeah, no problem, Holler. See you in a bit. Get rid of that, and then I fly to... Oh, zoomed in a bit much there. No, that zoomed in too far out. What is wrong with this map? Right, okay. That's where I need to fly to. So, oh, wait a minute. I'm at the plane in the departure airport. What is going on? Oh, is it really going to make me right, so apparently it can't see me at the airfield, so I might have to change into I really wanted to fly that one. I'm gonna have to change into a tailwheel NXCUB, I think. No worries. S1. Should we just do the standard NXCUB? Yeah, alright. I want my Wacky Racers livery, though. Oh, cool. There's a Bebop livery. Wow, I got a lot of cub liveries. Oh no, the oh yeah, let's have it. Wacky Racers livery, I'm rocking today. I'm enjoying it a lot. Okay. Excuse me, let's give that a try. If this works, that means the NXCUB doesn't work with Neofly, which I'm not going to be happy about. Alright, so parking brake's on, but it's not registering the aircraft at the There we go.
Good morning, pilot. Ready for your cargo mission? Transporter form dispatch. Loading cargo. Please stand by.
That's irritating. I can't use the NXCUB for Neofly. Damn. Oh, nice. Are you getting that off Amazon, mate? So I like the sound effects you get with Neofly as well. Oh yeah, you'll be so impressed. Just with the control you get from it, it's fantastic. It's so much better than an Xbox controller. I mean, Xbox controller is a great place to start, but a cheap joystick is better.
Transporter from dispatch. The cargo is on board. You are clear to taxi to the runway and take off.
So, okay. I'm going airborne then. Try this mission out. Oh, come on, rudder, rudder.
Transporter from dispatch. Fly safe.
I like the sounds. It does add something extra. Let's fly up the river. Get rid of the flaps as well. Yeah, that's it. You get so much more control from a joystick because the range of movement is so much larger. And you can be super precise with it. And you have not picked a bad joystick. Like seriously, that joystick will probably outlast me. And when it comes to it, if you do choose to upgrade, you can always just resell it, and there'll always be a market for those cheap joysticks. Come on, trim. Oh, I cannot wait until I finish this trim wheel. That's upstairs though. I was going to run and go to the bathroom. Yeah, do it. You get again. Joystick's helpful for that as well. Joystick can be helpful, like if you DCS is like a free version of DCS. I can't imagine how bad it must be controlling aircraft in DCS with an Xbox controller. I never even tried that. Tell you what. So let's get that on. Get the altitude up. Not that high though. Wow. Just go indicated airspeed and just put the throttle up. Yeah. I tell you what, more and more I've been looking at getting VR headset, like an Oculus Quest 2 or something, getting the PC cable, just because no towers or anything extra, USB. Tiki, I do, yeah. It's kind of cool. Like, I would prefer it. Like I've said this 7 or 8 times here. I prefer it so much more if I have multiplayer functionality and you could all be a member of one company. Because we'd have, like the bush rats, we'd have the biggest most badass bush flying company on the planet. If you like it does, like, it definitely adds to just the enjoyment of the game. It definitely, like, I mean, it's like add something. It's okay. Let's increase our altitude just a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm probably going to do this flight. And then I'm going to stop streaming for a bit, I think. I'll be back on... Yeah, Tiki, there's like, there's a multiplayer... there's a multiplayer mod. Okay. There's a multiplayer mod that you can get from, but it's got to be set up on a central server. Then everyone's got to have the client app, which connects NeoFly to this one central server. It's a pain to set up, and we did try it maybe 2 months ago, but there hasn't really been any movement on it, and I'm really waiting for like guilds or setting up a virtual airline within NeoFly. I think that's my biggest request. That'd be my biggest request to the developers of NeoFly. I would love that. I would happily pay for the ability to create a company, and anybody that there's a couple of them that do that. Like the person who say if I pay €5, $5 money units for, have the ability to create my own company that other people can join and don't have to pay for, I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine with paying for that to set that up. But as yet, I've not seen it. I know that's a request. A few people have requested that, but I haven't seen it yet. I would love to. Yeah, were you talking about that the other day? Yeah. I like this one because it automatically generates missions for you. You just hit the search for missions button and bam, it'll just auto-populate the mission, and then you can pick which one missions you like. You can stack them, so you can do 2 or 3 drop-offs if you've got the cargo. Space. It's got the nice map which I'm using on screen there. Along with that is the mission. I've cropped it so it's just the map on there. But I'm using quite a lot of fuel doing this. Well, I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it to climb another 1,000 foot. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not a huge fan of the big subscription services because I feel like I would use it for a month or so, and then my usage of it would gradually fade away, and I'd forget to stop the subscription or something. Let's indicate airspeed. Right, if you bear with me just 2 seconds, I'm going to get rid of the face cam. I'm going to run just upstairs. Right, there we go. I shall leave that like that. I shall be back in just 2 seconds. Okay, back. Sorry about that. Just had to run upstairs and grab a couple of items. I got my new wonderfully entitled full HD webcam. Just a cheap one I'm going to try. If it doesn't work for what I want it to, it's going to get pulled apart and used for something else. There's like 15 quid or something. Let's have a look at this. Apparently this was supposed to be the newer model. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. I mean, that's okay. It's got a removable. That'll be interesting to have a look at. Check that out later. Box of potentiometers. Didn't think I'd be doing unboxing right here. How much is on air? So if it's like, I don't, yeah, like the FS Airlines are one I'd set up for our virtual bushvats company and started creating flights for. They wanted, I think it was only small. It was only like €3 a month, which I wasn't completely averse to paying for, but there was no like auto generation emissions, and it was highly set up and specialized for like really powerful like online, like you could hire crew, you could fire crew, you could like increase their ranks, decrease. It's extremely powerful, but there was no sort of auto generation emissions. You had to either create your own ad hoc or create them for your company, and I didn't enjoy it. Oh right, okay, that's just they've just given me basically a box of potentiometers. Wow. There's on the image. Oh, at least the little capture aluminium. Are they actually 10K? Let's actually have a look at them this time. Yes. Okay. So, good news. I've got the right potentiometers this time. Okay, that's better. Happy with that. Okie dokie. Oh yeah, that must be a pain. Yeah, well, I'm not like I don't really want to do a subscription type dealio. Like I wouldn't mind paying for Neofly. I wouldn't mind paying like a one-off for the software or something. But like I don't want to have to keep paying to continue using it. And I just like that. I mean, I suppose it's the way most things are going, isn't it? But and I bought a couple of new pairs of snips. Oh, cool. Smell. Okay, that's cool. Okie dokie. Oh, yeah, I broke that. Oh well. Okay, let's have a look, see where I am. Let's see how difficult this landing's going to be, because of the way it auto-generates the missions, which I really like. It's like it's like almost especially suited for bush planes, because you have like a requirement to land within a certain distance of your target. So I think the medical missions, like the medical where you've got to take a doctor in, I think you've got to like land within 2 miles. So this area where it's quite wooded, it's difficult to get an aircraft in. Okie dokie. Let's zoom in on that just to give ourselves a bit of a head start. Yeah. Yeah. There's supposed to be, like, I remember, I don't know whether I'm imagining this, but there used to be there, or there was talk of having that ability, not for people, unfortunately, but for cargo, like parachuting the cargo, just kicking it out the door. I'm not sure, but that would be cool. See you later, boot. That would be cool if you could have like military transport missions, I think. Which I think that's a missing, like DCS is missing a trick there. They could yeah, you could do like sending in paratroopers, or a big cargo aircraft that can transport a helicopter, or that'd be kind of cool. There needs to be, when this game matures a little bit, someone needs to create a mod that fires surface-to-air missiles, and then you could have a run in the gauntlet type mission. I'd enjoy that. Firing chaff and flare out of my new air superiority NXCUB, or XCUB in this.
500.
So I'm gonna have to climb again because the place that I'm going to is just over these hills. Like this little app, this Neofly app will do fuel loading now. At least I think it will.
500.
But it uses the that SIM connector to track your mission progress. I really want this to be multiplayer, man. This would be so cool. Oh, the stupid massive fields there. That is. I should be able to land down there. Oh yeah, that's easy. So I slip a little. I'm gonna have to go around a little bit to lose a bit of speed and height before I can set down. Oh, I'm glad it's taken me to a really nice place though. This is kind of cool. Does that mean that I need to be
500.
there for the drop? Because I was just going to stick it down over here on what looks like a grass airstrip.
Transporter from dispatch. Nice landing. Go to the next parking and put your parking brake on. I'll be in touch.
Man, I've been used to flying the NXCUBs, and I'm so not used to flying the standard one.
Transporter. Cargo unloading in progress. Stand by, pilot.
Turn the engine off so it doesn't get hit by the prop. I like the sound effects are pretty cool.
Transporter, the cargo has been delivered. Nice work. Have a nice day.
Nice. I've completed the mission. Wonderful times. Now the only problem with this is, because it's like the virtual career where you have to take the aircraft back to its original field. Like I can go back to the original field, but I can't pick up a mission because it logs my aircraft, my last aircraft position as being here. So I have to take it back. But I can set up a plan to I can set up a plan to ferry my aircraft back, I believe. Oh.
Transporter from dispatch. Transit mission today. I'm waiting at our new base.
Yeah, so you've got to actually plan it in the software to do. So actually, if I turn that off, so it won't let me. I can't put the origin as in. Can I put the origin in as here? On my where is? Okay. Right. I need some more training with the Garmin. Okay. Oh, 6S. Oh, God, I'm an idiot. There we go. And there we go. I actually did one and it didn't crash the sim. Very nice. Okie dokie. Let's get into nav mode and see if it'll take us right back without me having to do a great deal. I'm looking forward to checking out how good this camera is. I'm hoping it's okay. It's got a really terribly fitting and terribly designed. Tell you what I need to do is pay attention to what my aircraft is doing and not crash into a hillside. Oh, hi, North. Not sure whether you can hear me, but I'm just doing a Neofly mission. I just figured I'd give it another try. They've updated it. I'm still waiting for them to put put multiplayer functionality in it, be able to create a company, but it is what it is. Right, let's get the. I've got a few things. I'm only going to do this mission. I'm going to drop off. I'm actually going to come back to it. I might do a few more missions tonight. What flavour? It's. I'll show you. It's a. I don't know whether you can get this in the wherever you might be, but it's it's the only one I ever use. I was a smoker. I was quite a heavy smoker as well. And I gave it up the day, literally the day I met my current partner. Oh man, don't crash into a hillside, don't crash me into a hillside, don't crash me into a hillside.
500.
Okay, let's bring that down. Yeah, so I it's like I don't know, it's like a fruity, it's like a berry one. Oh, near Leeds, man. That's not far away from me, actually.
500.
Not far away at all. I'm about an hour's drive away from you. Further south. Yeah, I get like I just use it to quit smoking, and that was that was like nearly 4 years ago. Wow. Yeah, shit. That was a while ago. Because she told me when we were messaging before we actually met, that she was a doctor, and I was like, oh man, I can't smoke in front of a doctor. She's not going to have that. So I use it as an excuse to quit, and I thought if it doesn't go anywhere, I'll quit smoking. And I got a vape, and I've kind of just been using it ever since. I don't really have much nicotine in it at all at the moment.
500.
I get the big bottles and put one bottle in it, and it's just enough to stop me thinking about smoking. The only things I smoke every now and again now are cigars, and I haven't had one in 6 months. So. Yeah, that's it. I don't smell of smoke anymore. But then I couldn't really tell back then. The only time I could tell is if I'd been outside for a long period of time without smoking, and I'd go back into my house. And then I realised then that it was quite powerful and pungent, and I didn't really care, truth be told. I just got, it was just that was it. That was what I did, and I smoked, and that was that. And yeah, I just decided that day that I would quit smoking, and I feel a lot better for it, to be fair. I still cough almost like I still smoke, but I don't wheeze. I don't.
500.
No, I just don't. I feel so. I do feel a lot better for it, and I can still tell now that I'm not smoking. Like my chest doesn't tighten up, especially if I go out and have a few drinks. You know, I used to, like, if I go out to a pub or whatever, I could literally smoke an entire pack in 4 hours. You know, and the next morning you'd wake up and you'd know about it, and I don't have that problem anymore. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I'm so happy I quit. I actually got my my entire family to quit pretty much because I think all the members of my family smoked at the time, and they all quit after I got on one of these and extolled the virtues of using one of these to get over smoking. Like my mum. My mum's nearly 70 now, and she was a 20-a-day smoker. Wow, time moves on, doesn't it? Shit. It runs straight into the red, those prop RPMs. And I'm getting smacked around by the lockdown boredom. Yeah. What is it making you think about having a smoke again? Is it? That's the only reason I haven't quit, because I've got this horrible feeling that if I stop using this, I'll get stressed out enough to want to go and buy a pack. And you know, 3.5, 4 years later, and I don't want to go back down that road again because it's a horrible habit. That's it. This just tastes nice. I can taste my food better. This smells nice. My missus doesn't have a problem with me using it in the house. It's great. Let's get why is it diving me? The hateful thing. I've got it set to oh man, I don't like the autopilot in this. Yeah, my missus never smoked. She's never done anything bad.
500.
Straight A student in school. Oh, she's climbing strong now. There we go.
500. 500.
Oh man, yeah, I can't imagine how. Oh, that must be tough. Yeah, my missus. I don't think if my missus actually did start smoking, she'd never be able to quit. She's got. Yeah, I just. Oh, maybe. I don't know. It's difficult to say. I mean, she gets through it by drinking a lot. So, like most medics. I don't think I've met a single medic that didn't drink. Yeah, they're all alcoholics, every last one of them. So I'm going to undo this and just see how long the cable is, because I've got an idea for where I want the camera, and hopefully it is long enough to make it there. Ah, no, of course not. No. I've got an extension there. I've got another extension over there that might work. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to finish this flight. I'm going to set it down, and then I'm going to. Oh yeah, I'm not a huge Disaronno fan, to be honest. I like ales, and I like gin. I like gin though. Mrs. is a big gin fan. She gets that gin subscription, so we get at least a bottle of gin every month, with all the fancy cocktail mixers and little bits of dried fruit that go in them. And she's got a cupboard with probably 7 or 8 bottles of gin in it, ready for special occasions. So we, yeah, I do, to be honest. I'm more savoury than I used to be, but oh yeah, I like a sweet drink. Like my drink, if I'd ever go to a pub or something after a couple of beers, I'd have Morgan spiced and Coke. So I've kind of gone off it a little bit now. But that was the drink that was the thing I'd usually drink. I'm going to I'm going to jump off this once. I'm going to stop the stream just until later on. I'm going to grab something to eat. I haven't had anything to eat today, and then I'm going to do a couple of bits around the house. I'm going to try this camera, and then I'll restart streaming a bit later on. I'll do maybe a couple more missions. I want to try a couple of different mission types in Neofly, like the medical emergency missions. And let me see click my finances on it. See if did I actually get paid for that? I did. Payment for mission. Nice. I mean, I could get a big fat loan out and then just buy like a big aircraft and do big heavy cargo missions. But I don't want to do that. Yeah. You see, it's if a creepy man came up down my street with a white van saying free candy on the side of it, I don't think I'd personally have anything to worry about. I'm 6'1" and I weigh 120 kilos. So fat people are harder to kidnap. Yeah, Rhesus, you use the money you get in Neofly for the cargo mission, so you have to pay for the maintenance of your aircraft. It's not hugely expensive, and you have to use it to pay for fuel, which is probably the biggest outlay. You can also like hire AI crew members to fly missions for you. Yeah, see, Rhesus, neither of us are small people. We don't have to worry about that dude in the van. Yeah, the money you get, so you can use it to expand your little company, and you can use it to buy. So on just directly in front of me, the list is aircraft available to buy this ICAO, which is there's a couple of SR-22s available. There's a G36 Savage Shock Ultra Extra 330. I don't know why you would use that for a cargo mission, but it's there. DA-62, another SR-22, a Cap 10. You can buy a Longitude, a DA-40, another NXCUB, and a VL-3. If I want a Longitude, I'd be looking at 9.4 million outlay to buy that aircraft, and at the moment in my finances I have a grand total of oh, it doesn't even tell me there. Wow. I have £12,000 in the bank. So yeah. Also, you've got to pass qualifications, so you've got to go on to do multi-engined, and I think you have to pay for the the exam to do multi-engine rating, and turbine rating, multi-engine turbine, I think, and then the jet and stuff. So I'm looking forward to trying it out. I'll try. In fact, I will try and do that. I'll Rhesus, I'll not say anything. I'm no grass. I just tell my missus straight out what I'm doing. She, for the most part, supports it. I think because it gets me out of the front room, she can just have it to herself. I just come down to the cave and start flying. I'll do multi-engine rating next time, I think. See if it'll. Oh no, I can't because I don't own the aircraft. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to explore it. It's the first time I'm tackling Neofly, so I'll have to see what I cannot do. What I can and cannot do. Sorry. I'm going to. Like I'm sat here, basically full throttle in this NXCUB. Let's descend. But yeah, I spent a couple of nights over the last week going to bed at 4 AM, and then there's Friday night where I went to bed at 9 AM. But that was for a different reason. So yeah, I've also been looking through the Twitch affiliate contract. because I've had the ability to have to do the affiliate thing on Twitch for a while now, and my biggest caveat for me, like the reason I'm not doing it, is because I don't want it to subject people to advertising. That's it. Like, if it didn't have that, like, because we'll look at it in the context of Twitch. If I say if I were to have that, and you had the ability to use a Prime subscription or whatever, that would cost £3 or £4, sorry, in the UK to subscribe to a channel. So it's like $3.99 in the UK, $5 everywhere else. If you use the subscribe thing to go to a channel, half of the money immediately goes to Twitch, and only half goes to the streamer, and they take like something like 90% of the advertising revenue. Like, if half of my money that somebody is streaming, there's someone donating to me, is going straight to Twitch, like 30% of bits as well. So if somebody uses a bit, like to donate bits, they get 30% of that. I don't want adverts on my channel because they're already paying to do it. Like, I don't, like, they're already getting money out of me and the people who are viewing me. Yeah, man, they take a good chunk of everything, especially subscriptions. They take 50%. And if they're already taking that kind of money out of me, and I've already had like a few donations on here, and I do, because I do it through Streamlabs. Streamlabs don't take anything; it goes straight into my PayPal account. So it's basically Streamlabs sets up a link to PayPal. So it goes. So they don't take anything. I get like a small charge from PayPal, and then the the conversion rate if it's from the US dollar. So it's been US dollars so far. They don't take anything, but Twitch take everything. And if they're already taking money from them, I don't want them showing adverts that I can't stop to people viewing my channel. Like, I hate pre-roll adverts because, like, I always look at a channel. If it's got a pre-roll advert that stops me looking at immediately, like, I'll immediately move on to somewhere else, and I don't want that to happen to me. So that's why I haven't done it. Also, you can't. Yeah, that's it. Like, if you've got an ad blocker, you don't have to worry about that. Like, I run an ad blocker. I cannot stand advertising. A lot of it gets through anyway, but I just like it. There's so much of it. It's so, like, in your face constantly. Like, I'll do just about anything to block them. Like, also, I've blocked from the DNS level using my router. Like, I've got a little old Dell PC that runs pfSense that does all my inbound and outbound routing, and then uses a separate modem. Oh, it should do, man. I've not seen a pre-roll for ages on using AdBlock. I can't remember which AdBlock I've got. I mean, yeah, I haven't seen it. Like, I'll have to do more investigation to see how the Twitch adverts work, because that's the only reason I haven't clicked the button on the affiliate thing is, well, there's two reasons. One, I don't want to subject people to a shitload of advertising. And I can't dual stream if I do that. Like, I can stream separately, but if I stream to Twitch, it's like exclusive on Twitch for 24 hours. Yeah, I don't want to. Like, I don't want to subject people to the advertising, man. That's the biggest thing for me.
500.
Like, that's the oh, I'm gonna have to do another go round, aren't I? Damn. That's the biggest reason I haven't clicked that, because I don't want to subject people to adverts. If I get to the level of, like, partner or something, like, maybe I'll consider it, because then potentially I could actually earn a decent living at that stage. North, I've got to land at the airport for Neofly to position my aircraft back. But if you've noticed, I've got the working title G3X mod in, and that is a lot better. In fact, it doesn't work on this aircraft. Why doesn't it work on this aircraft? Alright then, never mind. I'm still too damn high. I'll just, I'll plummet. I'm going to land outside.
Transporter from dispatch. Welcome to our new base.
It's a good livery, isn't it, North Coaster? I don't know, some guy on the internet did it. I've been using it all day, man. It's great. If anybody cares who's watching, this livery was created by North Coaster and it's available for free on flightsim.to, and he's done a whole bunch of them now. So a whole bunch of liveries, but this livery works on all of Carbon Prop's Cub variants as well. Yeah, that's it. It's the Wacky Racers livery. He's done a Dastardly and Muttley livery on the pits, and I haven't tried that yet. I've downloaded it, but I haven't tried it. But this is the Wacky Racers livery. It's very cool, isn't it? I literally only asked North Coastal last night. I said, "Can you make me a Dastard?" Like, there's a couple of issues because it, depending on the aircraft you're flying, like the door is white, and on the NXCUB, where the landing gear goes into the fuselage, it's moved. The position moves on the NXCUB, so that cover plate that is used for converting it back to like a standard tail wheel comes up white on the on this livery, but not a big deal. Kind of like the look of it. Right, I'm going to take a break from streaming for probably a couple of hours. I do intend to come back on tonight. I'm going to do some more of this Neofly stuff. I'm just going to explore a little bit more of it. Maybe do a few of the longer range missions. See if I can't make myself. There's a mission there that's 6,000 miles. That's for $600,000. Wow. Okay. No worries, man. I like it. It kind of looks ad hoc and sort of done like, or maybe, you know, like you see an old work van knocking around the streets and it's like the back door's been damaged, so instead of repainting the new door, they've just slammed the new door onto it, and you've got a white door and like a blue van. That's the impression it gives me. I kind of like it. Oh yeah, you need to stick a pigeon on it. Yeah. I'll just pull the mixture out, stop the aircraft. Cancel. If anybody has a tip on how to stop that happening, I'd be more than grateful. Right, I'm going to duck out for a couple of hours. I'm going to do a flight later. If anybody wants to join me and fly around, I'm all welcome to. But it'll be a couple of hours, maybe 7-ish, 7 p.m. And I'll see you guys later on. Thanks very much. Thanks Rhesus, thanks North, thanks Jazz, thanks Tiki, Holler. Thanks for stopping by. I'll be on in a couple of hours. So if you're bored and want to watch someone do stupid stuff again, but see you later.